Hello? Alright, so let's get down to some Marvel talk here about Doomsday and Secret Wars. I got some notes here. I think this will be Marvel's 5-year plan, I guess, after Secret Wars. So, my theory is that the heroes will lose in both Doomsday and Secret Wars. You cannot treat Doomsday and Secret Wars the same how Infinity War and Endgame were treated. It's just too predictable. You're going to have the heroes lose in the first one, come back and win in the second one. We've already been there, done that. It's kind of just too predictable. My first thoughts were actually, I thought, because there's rumors circulating now that Secret Wars was going to be split up in two parts. So, Secret Wars in 2027 and then part 2 in 2028, which I think it will be titled Avengers Forever, because I think at that point you'll have 20 years of MCU. It could be like a big celebration movie, but I don't think they should go that route. So I think after Secret Wars in 2027, this rumored MCU reset will happen under Doom's rule. Now, that still gives... I don't know if my audio's on this game. Sorry. Wow, what is going on with the game? Okay. So, the heroes will still lose... Yo, what is going on? I'm sorry. Okay, wow, I'm lagging. The heroes will still lose in Secret Wars, and RDJ as Doctor Doom is still going to be around. And I think in those 5 years, you're going to see him pop up in movies, or at least, this is what I'm predicting. I am nowhere near my teammates. Movies I think he could pop in are... Doctor Strange, a Doctor Strange sequel. We need one of those. This is just unplayable. What other movies? Fantastic Four sequel, of course. That's just too obvious. And then I was thinking a Black Panther sequel. Because I've heard, I've read online that he has, ties to Wakanda and whatnot. So, you could have that. I guess... Okay. I guess at that point you would have the new X-Men in the MCU. I think everything after Secret Wars will be merged. I think by then everything just has to be merged. So no more Fox X-Men. We're going to have all new, brand new X-Men. And I just think RDJ staying long-term is better for him and the character. You have to treat Doctor Doom as this real threat and not just this, okay, he beat us in Doomsday, we're going to regroup and come back in Secret Wars. I just think he's the way they're approaching it is too... It's got to be more than just 2 movies and then he's gone. I think him staying around for 5-6 years is perfect. It just adds more to his return too. You're gonna just come back for 2 movies and that's it as this awesome villain. Nah, I just think he needs to stay around longer. I think it's just better storytelling. I think they need to really try and do something different than just him coming back and losing in the second movie. We'll have some heroes that accept his rule, saying, alright, we can't beat him, he's God Emperor Doom. Others will reject, or, just not go along with, him. Obviously, you can't just have everyone on his side. But, alright, so we'll have Secret Wars comes out in 2027, then... We'll have 2028, 2029, and 2030 as movies where he'll pop up in and be the ruler. Is this a light machine gun? Oh. And then I think in 2031, let's just say, the heroes have had enough and it's time to make their final stand against Doom. You could title it Avengers. I was thinking for a while, call it Avengers: The Last Stand, but then, you know, it kind of brings back bad memories of X-Men: The Last Stand. And some people were already speculating, since they're splitting up Secret Wars into 2 parts, people said they could name the third one Eternity War. I didn't like that at first, because you're going to have Secret Wars one year, and then the very next year, Eternity War. You're going to have, like, 2 wars back to back. I don't know. I'm not a comics guy, so I don't know if that actually makes sense. But I think if Secret Wars was a 2027 release, and then you wait 4 years for a Eternity War, that makes sense. So then, by then, it'll be 2032, and it could be 20 years of just Avengers movies as the celebration, which I think is awesome. I think either way, whatever they do, I think it's going to be, that last movie is going to be a huge, just, like, a huge celebration of every Marvel actor that has ever, you know, been in a movie. Thank you. And to the fans, of course, you know, we've been waiting for something like Doomsday for forever, with the Fox X-Men back, and, you know, hopefully some Spider-Man. But overall, I just think the way I'm thinking of it, I know not a lot of people are gonna agree. I just think it's so much cooler if, like, RDJ actually stays as Doom for, like, 6 years, and, like, the MCU is under his rule, and him popping up in movies, maybe even some Disney Plus shows. I think it just adds more of a threat. You know, his presence is just, it's here. He won. He's the ruler now. I just think bringing RDJ back for 2 movies just as Doctor Doom isn't enough. And regardless, I think that he's going to come back as Iron Man one day. Or, you know, probably that last movie. Honestly, either way, the trilogy or my plan, I think that last movie is going to be Doctor Doom versus Iron Man. I just think you gotta bring oh my god, you gotta bring Iron Man back. And I think it's just gonna be literally RDJ fighting himself, which I think is cool. But you know, that's all I got. I'm sorry this Fortnite video is not as action-packed. I don't even know how I got all the way over here. But anyway, yeah, that's just my thoughts, so let me know what y'all think. See ya.